Welcome one and all to the Video Outhouse. It's time again for a Comic Book Man with Shipshape Update.
Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to the Video Outhouse. Once again, it's time for Shipshape Update. And this week, we're doing it for Wednesday, September the 23rd, 2009. If you notice, I did that without looking up at the calendar. Anyway, that's Shipshape Update for this week. And my shout out for this week goes to Elizabeth Reisner. Hi, Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth is one of the big fans of the show. She watches it every week with her husband, Michael Reisner. Now, Michael watches the show. Elizabeth watches the show. They both enjoy it immensely. Mike was in this week. He was telling me about it. And Mike's not one of my regular customers, but he stops in from time to time. He goes to another store.
What?
Yeah, recommended reading over in 127th, over in Palos, I think it is. But he is an artist. He is a Facebook friend. And so for you, Elizabeth, you get this week's shout out. How you doing? Stick around at the end, Elizabeth. I got a special something for you right at the very tippy top end of the show. Okay, coming out this week, the totals. This week's totals are, we have 192 total items shipping to Alternate Reality this week. And of those 192, 98 of them are comic books, and all 98 of those comics are 15% off this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday here at Alternate Reality. All next week they'll be 15% off. Now, four of those 92 comics, will be 40% off next week. And those four include Dark Reign Made Men from Marvel, Spider-Woman #1, which is actually finally coming out from Brian Bendis, Superman Secret Origin #1, Jeff Johns reboots Superman's origin yet again, and the big book, drum roll, the big book for this week, which is 40% off only here at Alternate Reality and only on Wednesday, 15% off the rest of the week, but 40% off on Wednesday is Wolverine Giant Size Old Man Logan #1. Hallelujah! It comes in this week. Starting on Thursday, everyone can start asking me about something else that hasn't shipped yet and is late. But that's coming in this Wednesday. It'll be 40% off. Now, your totals for this week, the horse race for this week. This week's horse race has, once again, Marvel in the lead with 24 titles. DC, once again, comes in second with 17 titles. Coming in third is the old standby Image with 5. Coming in fourth is IDW with 4, and also coming in fifth, but with 4 titles. Four titles for IDW and Boom, and I'll get into which one's fourth and fifth in a minute. But coming in fifth is Boom with 4 titles. IDW, if you bought all of IDW's titles this week, it'd cost you $15.96. If you bought all of Boom's, it'd cost you $12.96, and that's the reason for their 4th and 5th place showing. That's this week's comic shipping. Non-comics, of the 192 items coming in this week, 94 of them are going to be non-comic. I've got 1 action figure, 1 piece of apparel, 3 books, 1 game, 2 cards, card boxes, 34 magazines coming in this week, 48 trade paperbacks this week, 2 models, and 2 statues coming in this week, all of which will be here at Alternate Reality this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you for keeping me honest.
Where was I?
Kids Corner.
Right.
Kids Corner. We're up to Kids Corner. Kids Corner for this week. Jeffy. Wake up, Jeff!
What do you want?
Wake up, Jeff!
I don't have to be awake for this.
You sure you do.
Oh.
Why do we care about kids?
Why do we care about kids, Comic Book Man?
That's why we care about kids! That's why we care about kids!
Because they are the future of this industry.
I never thought of that.
Well, now you got something to think about.
They are. Coming in this week for kids are Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror. Yes, it's Halloween time again.
Cowabunga, dude!
Billy Batson, Magic of Shazam, Jughead, Monsters, Inc., Laugh Factory, Muppet Show, Treasure Island, Pegwig Wilson, Sonic Universe, Super Friends, and the kids' book of the week, Muppet Peter Pan #1. That's right, Kermit is Peter Pan in Muppet Peter Pan. Oh, isn't that wonderful?
It was only a matter of time.
I also have 7 trade paperbacks coming in this week. A bunch of reorders on kids stuff this week. Bunch of reorders on kids stuff coming in. And the magazines. 3 magazines for kids this week. Archie Double Digest, which I don't have a copy of yet. But also coming in this week is Baby Bug. Which is a brand new magazine that I've never gotten before. But it's for kids, obviously. It's coming in this week. This is a September issue. It looks like it's for the little kids out there. And National Geographic's Kids, which is a standby here at the store. Comes in every month, although I think it's bi-monthly, so it'd be every other month. But it comes in every other month here at the store. Be sure to stop by and pick up both of those 2 magazines. Before I get out of here with the kids' magazines, there's one more magazine I want to show you. This is not a kids' magazine, but some people look at it and think that it is. I've actually had some parents come in here and want to know if this is a kids' magazine. No, it is not. Hot Doll, a play on words for hot doll, I assume. But Hot Doll is a high-end adult action figure doll / magazine. And if you don't believe me, one of the layouts in this month is for vampire action figures. Okay, and among the vampire action figures special features are this. So no, Hot Doll is not a kids magazine, but it is a magazine for high-end doll collectors. And we're talking like the toner stuff and the stuff that collectors pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 a pop for. And we get this in the store once every 2 months because I believe it is also bi-monthly. So you can see that at the store, but it's not for the kids. Okay, moving on to Kids Corner to get the magazines. Late list for this week. Late list. Oh, you know, we've got something on the late list this week which nobody's ever asked me about, and it's been pushed back, and everybody's going to want it when it comes out. And I'm going to tell you what it is. It's from DC Comics. It's rings. Specifically, it's these rings. See this? That's a black power ring. It was a promotional giveaway. Guess what? They've got an indigo, an orange, a blue, a violet, a green, and a red one. They're coming out in November. They've all been pushed back, by the way, which is the reason I'm mentioning them right now. These have all been pushed back. Nobody has asked me about these at the store. They're coming in. When they do come in, everyone's going to go, can I get a full set of all those rings? Hey, this is September, and nobody's asked me yet. In November, that's when you're going to ask for it. You've got 2 months to get yourself put on a list. Do I have a list yet? No. Why don't you come in and ask me, and I'll start one. Hey, how about that? Anyway, the indigo, the orange, and the blue ring, or the indigo and the orange rings have been pushed back to November the 11th. The blue and the violet rings have been pushed back to November the 18th. And the Green Lantern ring, the green one, and the red ring have been pushed back to the 25th, which is Thanksgiving, November the 25th. That's as of right now. And the reason I mention them is because they are all on the late list now, so they're starting to get shuffled around. They're going to be late. From Marvel, and there's like 30 items altogether that have been added to this week's late list. And check out the late list because I do update it every week. There's a bunch of things from Marvel, but the usual stuff from Marvel is Dark Reign. Dark Reign Lethal Legion 3 has been pushed back to September 30th. Dark Reign Zodiac 3 has been pushed back to October 7th. Dark Reign Young Avengers number 5 has been pushed back to the 28th of October. But the basket case of the week is Dominic Fortune. Dominic Fortune number 3 and 4 have both been pushed back. Number 3 is scheduled for 10/21, and Dominic Fortune number 4 has been pushed back to 11/18. Why have they been pushed back?
Howard Chaykin is old and slow.
Howard Chaykin was old and slow in the early 70s when he first started doing this same story, which he has been writing now for the last 30 years of the apish, dopey, monkey-looking guy in a tuxedo with a half-naked, hooker-looking chick slumped over his shoulder. You see this here? This is every book Howard Chaykin's ever written, and you know what? 3 and 4 is late. You know why? I don't know. He's wore out the carbon paper. But it's going to be late, and expect it to come in later here at Alternate Reality. So that's it. We're done. That's this week's shipping. Stop off at the store. Go to the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com. The list is on there. I forgot it last week. I noticed that when I was updating it this week. I forgot last week's list, but it is on there too if you want to backtrack. But this week's list is on there. Checklist is on there for you to update or for you to upload and to copy and to have of your very own to check off and do whatever you need to. So until next time, this comic book man saying, Liz, this is for you. This is for you, Liz. Bye!